Hey everybody, welcome to Shooting the Shit with Yankee. As always, I'm Yankee, so let's start shooting. Today's topic is keeping in line with this week's theme. What gun would you buy if you needed a carry gun? Let's say you don't have a handgun. You're buying your first carry gun. You've got $750 budgeted for that carry gun. I'm not saying that's your entire budget. That's how much you've got towards the gun. So you don't got to say, oh, if I had $750, I'd buy a $500 gun and $250 worth of ammo. You've got money for ammo. You got money for accessories. You're spending $750 on the gun. What gun would you get for $750 or less? It's got to be able to be purchased new without any special incentives. You can't have to be a cop or any of that stuff. It's got to be something you can find advertised for new for $750 or less. And like I said, that's not your entire budget. That's just part of it. That's just what you're spending on the gun. What would you get? Because a lot of people are actually in this situation, so it's nice to give them options, something they might not have thought of. So I want to hear what your option would be in that situation. As always, I'll start the ball rolling. When it comes to this category, this was actually hard for me because you're opening it up to so many things here. And my second choice, which I almost made my first choice, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm embarrassed to admit it, is a Springfield Armory gun. And it's the Springfield Armory Ronin 1911 in 10 millimeter. That was almost going to be my choice. It was hard to find something else that would override that. But I did it. I found one that I would rather have than that gun. And it is the King Cobra Carry from Colt. And you might be like, well, why'd you choose the King Cobra Carry from Colt? Because it is a small, easy to carry revolver, 6 rounds of .357 Magnum in like a J-frame size gun. It's not really much bigger. It's smaller than a 686 and other guns like that category. So it's a small, easy to carry gun. It's Colt, so it has a nice trigger on it. It's well made. It's just a good quality .357 Magnum revolver with 6 rounds and a nice looking gun for $749. So, or actually, I think it's $719, $699. So it easily falls in the budget. And it was the only gun I found that really made me say, I'd get that over the Ronin 10 millimeter. So that's my choice. The Colt King Cobra Carry. And with that being said, let me get over here and see what other people have weighed in with, what their choices are. Aaron Talks Firearms says for revolvers, the Taurus Tracker 44 mag snub nose. That's a good choice. I didn't think that is a good choice. For polymer guns, the Walther PDP Compact, and for real semi-autos, the Beretta 92FS. I don't think you can get a Beretta 92FS in that price range. I looked all over. I found them for close to this price range, but not in this price range. But if you can, that'd be a good choice. Mr. Furley says Beretta 92X. I don't know if those, maybe I'm thinking about yesterday I looked. Let me check real quick here. Let me look at Beretta 92X and see if they can act, because I can search the ads and we can see if they come up for that price range. The XI comes in at that price range because they've got those, they're clearing those out for some of them. But the 92X, I just don't see it for. No, wait, here's a Compact X. But all the others go above 750. 771, 752. Oof. Beretta 92X full size. Oh, wait, here's what. Well, I don't know. Those ads are expired. Let's see. It looks like there's 1 or 2 places. If you're willing to buy from a very like Smoky Mountain Guns, which I will say Smoky Mountain Guns is reputable. They've got it for about $700. So I'm going to accept the Beretta 92 in this case. So yes, I might have chosen the Beretta 92 if I'd been able to find those, but I didn't. So maybe just pretend I said the Beretta 92X. Although I think I would, if I was buying my first one, I would rather have a .357 Magnum revolver. I'd buy the Beretta if I already had the revolver, so I'm sticking with my Colt revolver. And you can't make me change. Mark Lax said CZ75, very good choice. Very, very good choice. Or P01, easy to get for under $750. Yes, and the CZ75, those are awesome guns. That is a choice. And the only reason I kind of stayed away from them and some other guns is they're 9mm. And I don't want my only gun to be, and like I said, if this is going to be my first carry gun, my only carry gun, I don't want 9mm. I want something, that a little more potent. Edgar, some people though love 9mm. Then that's what they prefer to have when they have a choice. I don't know why, but they do. Edgar Cortez says, I have no idea. However, I'd love to own a Springfield Hellcat, even though it's not a new gun. It's a new gun if you buy it new. We're not talking about new model, like was never available before. We're just saying you can't buy it used. You can't say, well, I saw this used for this price, so it falls in this price group. No, it's got to be, that's John Heasley. I'm going to be, okay, that wasn't John Heasley. John Heasley is like winning every contest we've had lately, and I'm trying to get people to rally against him, just in case people are wondering. Which some people might say that's unfair, but yeah, life's unfair. Deal with it. But yeah, you could get a Hellcat. Hellcat would definitely be in this category. SIG P320X Compact, my most carried firearm. That would be a great first choice for carry. Now, a lot of people are going to say, no, it's not, because it's too easy to pull the trigger. It is easy to pull the trigger. It is a striker-fired gun. But if you know what you're doing, you're not going to have a problem. It's if you make a mistake, you'll have a problem. Now, if you don't trust yourself not to make those mistakes, don't carry them. Like I don't trust myself not to make a mistake. So I don't carry striker-fired guns, period. Johnny Mandrick says, my $500 gun, CZP10 with a red dot. You see, I said people don't listen to me. You all know I'm talking, right? You've all got your volume on. You're not just looking at me because I'm a pretty face, right? You're actually listening to what I'm saying. But then he did say, or HKP30. So I'm just going to pretend he just said HKP30. I assume you can get those for that price range. Can you get an HKP30 for that? I'm pretty sure you can. I've had HKP30s, and I don't spend a fortune on them. Now, the big ones are very expensive. Let's see. How much is an H&K P30? Let's see if an SK. Wait, no. There we go. Yes, here's one right here. First ad, $749 for night sights and everything. So there you go. And $600 if you don't get night sights. So and stuff. So yes, that actually qualifies. That's a good choice. Mikey D, Taurus 1911 45 ACP stainless steel 5-inch. That's a good option. Yeah, 1911s. Especially since you got to remember Mikey's really old, so he likes that 45 AARP because his testicles touch the water when he sits on the toilet. So that means he's qualified to carry a 45 ACP 1911. Edgar Cortez said, Yank, tomorrow I'm going to make direct contribution to Pets and Vets so that YouTube can kiss it where the sun don't shine. Well, don't spend more than you can afford to spend. Everybody should have to do the minimum, basically, because if everybody did the minimum, nobody'd have to do more. And that doesn't mean everything's not appreciated, but, and make sure if you do a donation, do it through PayPal or something. Don't do it through the YouTube app. Don't do it like you did right here because YouTube will take half of it. So if you did like $50, the most I would get out of it's $25, probably wouldn't get any of it. So make sure you use the YouTube link or the PayPal link at the top of the chat, or else I'll be heartbroken. Thomas Einon said Smith & Wesson 686 Performance Center 2.6 inches. Oh, that's a different question. I was going to say, I don't think that comes into price range, but he's asking a question. I got to try to remember to cover that in the open portion of the chat here in a little bit, which if anybody doesn't know, stick around. We do an open chat afterwards where we can talk about anything you want to talk about. Karashnakev chimed in and says, Beretta 92 or M9, any version in that price range. There are some in that price range, yes. So I think it was the M9 we were looking for the other day for under 500, and there was none that you could actually get. So, but 750, you can definitely do it. And I heard you, but the optic cut slide is not an accept. Oh, you mean cut for an RMR? Is there one that's cut for that's more expensive? See, he's not just, he is listening. He just doesn't believe what I'm saying. Or he's got more information. Alice Akasoda, FN Reflex. You know, no one ever talks about the FN Reflex. That's a pretty cool little gun, but no one ever talks about it. Or the VP9SK. People talk about that. I'm not. The FN Reflex, like I said, that's one you don't hear a lot. There are some guns I'm just like, I didn't even know that gun existed when I'm looking at some of the polymer guns the other day. I'm like, well, I didn't know that was a gun. George Powell said, Hellcat Pro, smallest 15 rounder you can get, never jams. Don't watch out. You better be paying your tithe to Phil, or else first time you need that gun, he's going to make it jam. Just because you said that right there, he knows how he can get to you now. Coral, I haven't seen Coral for a few days. High H&K P30 SK, that is all. That is a good choice. I talked about that one just a second ago. And Thomas Einon also weighed in on the actual topic and said, for the topic, HK P2000 SK in 40, that is one of the best guns I think that HK makes and has ever made. It was always my favorite gun they ever made until the P30 SK came out, and now I kind of go back and forth on which one I like better. I kind of like the ergonomics of the P30 better, but I like the overall look, feel, etc. of the P2000 better. So it's really a back and forth on that one. But that looks like that's it for people weighing in today. I want to say thank you to everybody that did weigh in on the topic. Hope we gave some people out there some good ideas of what they would choose for their first carry gun, maybe their only carry gun, if they had a budget of $750. Now, how about you all out there in YouTube land? What would you choose? Do you agree with some of the people in the chat? Do you have your own ideas? Let me know in the comment section below. And more importantly, let other people know in the comment section below. You might give somebody some ideas they never had before that they didn't think of until they see you write it down there in the comment section. So help out your fellow gun person here on YouTube and weigh in. If you want to weigh in on one of these topics in person, come to our live chat. We do them every day at 6 p.m. except for Wednesdays when they're at 7 p.m. Hope to see you at one live soon. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.